There are a lot of events which happened. 5th early morning is what I narrated. 5th entire day we kept on fighting. 5th night we fought. 6th day that we kept on fighting. 6th afternoon was the first time my commanding officer contacted me on the radio set. Radio set he sends a message. Naveen, आपने 4th afternoon को lunch किया था, खाना खाया था. अभी 6 तारीख afternoon हो चुका है, कुछ खाने के लिए भेजूं. But I knew, if the food has to fetch up, it has to fetch up right from the bottom. Our fighting for incessantly for about 48 hours, we have started losing our ammunition. So I convey back to my commanding officer, sir, ನೀವು ಊಟದ ಚಿಂತೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟುಬಿಡಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಗುಂಡು ಮದ್ದುಗಳು ಖಾಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ, why don't you send some ammunition to us? So that is the time, Captain Vikram Batra along his team came and joined and with lot of arms and ammunition. So you would be wondering, 48 hours without food, without sleep, without eating also, how did we survive? Believe me when I say this, even in the month of July, there is ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಮ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಿಮದ ಮೇಲಿನ ಭಾಗ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. We have walked on that, we have ran on that, somebody has got shot, blood has oozed out, the shelling which has happened, it has got blackish. The entire upper layer of the ice which is there, it's messy, it's really messy. So what he used to do was, ಆ ಮೇಲಿನ ಭಾಗದ ಐಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತೆಗಿತಿದ್ವಿ, ಹೊಲಸು ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತೆಗೆದು, the bottom ice which was relatively fresh, the bottom part of the snow which was relatively fresh, ಅದನ್ನ ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಂತಿದ್ವಿ, just to get a feel ಹೌದು ನಮ್ಮ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದೆ. What I would like to tell you, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, is physically you would be wondering how did we survive. Even if you eat ice, the body needs strength. Let me tell you, it's your, if you start thinking that you are tired, you'll feel tired. It's all mental ability. What hurts you most? Physically, you may not get strained. If you think you are physically strained, you are strained. Mentally, no. If you are strong, you are strong. But what hurts most was when what got me down, what my morale came down was when one of my soldiers was shot both in the legs, and I'm trying to put him on the stretcher and trying to send him down, and that Jawan says, "Saab, mujhe maaf kar dena, मैं आखिर तक आपके साथ नहीं लड़ पाया." That is the time my morale began gone down. Shell had landed, a shell splinter had cut open the stomach of one of my men. We are trying to put everything which had come out of his stomach like intestine, we are trying to fill it with the gauze, try to fill it in the tight with the gauge. He says, "साहब मैं जिंदा तो रहूंगा ना, अपनी बीवी बच्चों को देख पाऊंगा ना, I know for sure it is not going to survive." That is the time I got morally down. Physical strain, as I told you, just a state of mind. So for us, 4th night we launched an attack. By 7th early morning, we had reached a position. In this intervening period, for us, ನಿಮಗೇನೋ ಫರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್. For us, 1 inch of territory, ಒಂದು ಬೌಲ್ಡರ್ ಇಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬೌಲ್ಡರ್ಗೆ 1 feet ನಾನು ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋದೆ, ಒಂದು ಬೌಲ್ಡರ್ ಇಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬೌಲ್ಡರ್ಗೆ ಹೋದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ I have occupied that territory. So I am that much closer to the final objective. ಈ ತರ ಡಾಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ನಾವು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಮುಂದೆ. 7th early morning we had reached the place when there was only one bunker left of the Pakistanis. Had we occupied that, 475 would have been ours. I am sitting with an AK-47 in my hand. There is a boulder on to my right, and on the other side of the bunker, other side of the boulder is a Pakistani's last post. When I got an opportunity, whenever I get an opportunity, I used to climb that boulder, shoot, and then duck down. 7th early morning, what they do is they lob a hand grenade. They lob a hand grenade that falls in front of my feet. I don't know how many of you have seen a hand grenade or heard about or seen in a movie. You might not have seen it live. Hand grenade is the one movie that ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಪಿನ್ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಸಿತಾರಲ್ಲ, that's a hand grenade. Movie ದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಪಿನ್ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಸಿತಾರೆ, ಕೈ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. That they lob it. Let me tell you the design of a hand grenade. The hand grenade has a time lag of 4 seconds. You remove the pin, lob a grenade, the grenade goes and falls there, and after 4 seconds it blasts. So that maximum impact, it causes maximum casualties, it causes maximum impact. It has got a killing radius of 5 to 10 meters depending upon the kind of space you are setting in, depending upon the kind of grenade it is, depending upon the kind of explosive it has been filled with. So that effectively means illénaದ್ರು touch wood, illénaದ್ರು grenade ಬಿದ್ದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂತ 5 ರಿಂದ 10 meter whatever is apart will be blown into places, will be shredded into pieces. Such a live grenade is landed right in front of my face. What are my options? What do I do? If I get up, I'll get exposed and start running, they'll shoot me. It's an L-shaped bunker. If I'm sitting on one side, 2 of my men are sitting on the other side. How could I possibly kick that hand grenade towards my own men? My conscience will not permit. So the only option present was, I picked up the grenade and tried to lob it back. Imagine, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಹಬ್ಬದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಪಟಾಕಿ ಹೊಡಿತೀರಾ, ಪಟಾಕಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಹೊಡೋಗ್ತೀರಾ. But a live grenade with a killing radius of 10 meters, I picked it up and tried to lob it back. I'm sure you all will appreciate, ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಎಸಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, you need a proper swing, right? But I did not get that swing because I was sitting in a constrained space firstly, and secondly I had to lob it at a wrong end. I flung the hand grenade, it hit the boulder, rolled back and fell in front of my feet. Gentlemen, I have seen death at a very close quarter. I'm not dramatizing, I'm not melodramatic. But once the grenade fell, I still remember how it hit the boulder, how it rolled back, the kind of sound it made when it fell down. And I remember very clearly. And I knew, Naveen, you're not going to survive this. The grenade is going to blast any time. It's just about 1 odd second which you're going to survive. After that, Naveen is no more. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, when I say this, I've seen death at a very close quarter. All I could think was, it was like, in those one fraction of a second, it was like everybody's face started flashing in front of my eyes. My schoolmates, my college mates, my brothers, my parents, it was like, flashing in front of my eyes. In those fraction of a second also I start thinking, Naveen, your death will be a big blow to your parents. But if you sit like this, the grenade takes off, your entire upper part of the body is blown off. What will they send home Naveen as? Some muscle pieces, some bone pieces put in a gunny bag and sent home? Will my parents ever excuse me? I thought at least I should give my parents an opportunity to see my face for the last time. ಒಂದು ಸಲ ನನಗೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಮುಖ ನೋಡೋ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ದೇವ್ರನ್ನ ಬೇಡ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ದೇವರೇ ನನ್ನ ಮುಖ ಇಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ನಾನು ಸಾಯ್ತೀನಿ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅಂತ. ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದಟ್ ಬೌಲ್ಡರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಬಂಕರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಜಂಪ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಗ್ರೆನೇಡ್ ಟುಕ್ ಆಫ್. ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಹರ್ಟ್, ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಬಿದ್ದರೆ ದ ಪೇನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ರೀಚ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್. ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಪೇನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ನೋವಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ. ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಬೆಂಕಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನೀವು ತಗೊಂಡಿರಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ your brain senses that something is going wrong with your body. But when a blast happens, your pain doesn't reach your brain immediately. It's a kind of a shock which has happened. For the next 15 seconds, I was not even aware whether I'm dead or alive. 15 seconds, there was smell of cordite, there was smell of burnt flesh. The powder which was all splattered with blood. I do not know whether I was alive or dead. 15 seconds, down, I don't even remember. Could be 15 seconds. What I could sense was, what I could make out was, the Pakistanis had dodged a counter-attack, rushing towards my post. And what I see, before the dust settles down, what I could see was one person running towards my post, firing towards the enemy. The bunker which I was sitting in collapsed. The officer, that person came running towards the post and started firing towards the enemy. And when the dust settled down, what I see is, I see Captain Vikram Batra standing in front of me and he says, Naveen, tu dharna nahi, main aa gaya hu. That is the time I realized, Naveen. I told myself, Naveen, जिंदा है, मतलब अभी तक नहीं मरा तो आगे भी नहीं मरेगा. That gave me, I don't know what lot of confidence it gave me. My AK-47, after the blast which had fallen to my left, I picked it up and started firing towards the enemy. My men also knew that Naveen साहब को चोट लगी है. They also started firing towards the enemy. Somehow we managed to stall the counter-attack. And that is the time, Captain, both my legs are hurt. I couldn't possibly get up. Then what do I do? Captain Vikram Batra held my hand and dragged me out of the bunker. And I don't know, Shersha movie ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ? Shersha, thanks. Shersha is a movie on biopic on Captain Vikram Batra. Please make some time and watch that movie. Not because my role is there, but that legend, it deserves that. Shersha ಮೂವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಪೆಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಟನ್ ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಬತ್ರ ನನ್ನ ಹೊರಗೆ ಎಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಅರೌಂಡ್ 15 odd meters ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ, that clip has been captured. I don't know, with both my legs injured, what use of me I was there. ನನಗೆ ಎರಡು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪೆಟ್ಟು ಬಿದ್ದ, I couldn't have possibly contributed in any way. But still the fact that I did not want to leave my men behind. I did not want to get evacuated. Now ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸರ್ ನನ್ನ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡಿ, I want to fight here. That clipping has been captured. I don't know what good I was there, but yes, I did not want to leave my men. That's again camaraderie for you, ladies and gentlemen. ಅವರು ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 15 ಮೀಟರ್ ನನ್ನ ಎಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, and our fists meet. He taps me on the back and he starts running towards, and I start crawling. ಎರಡು ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಪೆಟ್ಟು ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ, I had to crawl. 150 meters I had to crawl. ನೀವು 100 meters ಓಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಸುಸ್ತಾಗಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ you want a bottle of water. But 150 meters crawling, I'm sure you understand. ದೇಹದ ಭಾರದಿಂದ ಎಳ್ತಾ ಹೋದೆ. ಒಂದು ಬೌಲ್ಡರ್ ಹಿಂದೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. I want to see the state of my legs. It was jammed. It was bad, pretty bad. My right leg was so, it was just dangling. ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಕೈ ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಎಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲು ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು. I was in that state. A Jawan comes running towards me, picks me up like a gunning bag, and he started running from one boulder to another boulder. ಒಂದು ಬೋಲ್ಡರಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ಫೈರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಬುಲೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಐಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದು ನನಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. They don't want to let anybody get evacuated. They want maximum casualties. They want maximum kills. But God is kind enough. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. In that time also you don't understand what's practical, what's impractical. ಅವ್ರು ನನ್ನ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಬೌಲ್ಡರಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬೌಲ್ಡರ್ಗೆ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. I am turning back and seeing. ನನ್ನ ಕಾಲಿನಾದರೂ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿದ್ದುಬಿಟ್ರೆ I want to take that leg along. That amputated, that separated leg along, hand it over to a doctor and ask him to stitch. I was in that state of mind without realizing it's not practical. I got hurt early in the morning. Early in the morning I get hurt. By the time they bring me down, it was late in the evening. Before I could get any decent medical attention. The moment I reached down, the doctors saw my state and declared me, dangerously ill list. That means the chances of death or survival are in equal proportions. Doctor was shocked at the state of my leg. And he told me that the earliest possible opportunity, that's the next morning, you will be flown to Srinagar for further medical treatment. And I was down, they started nursing my wounds and they gave me a sedative and I went off to sleep without knowing what's happening on the battlefield. Next day morning, I wake up because of the helicopter which is waiting there, it's making a thud sound. And when I wake up, they brush me up and they put me on a stretcher. My nursing assistant is next to me. They put me on a helicopter. The helicopter starts taking off and the helicopter pilot is told not to fly very high. If he flies very high, there is every chance that Pakistan shoot low flying Srinagar karkondu hogtare anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. The helicopter takes off, we move certain distance, and at that point of a time, my nursing assistant was next to me. He woke me up and said, "Sir," quote unquote, he said, "Sir, doctor ne utne se mana kiya hua hai." Doctor ಎದ್ದೇಳಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ 0.4875 ಮೇಲೆ ಭಾರತದ ಬಾವುಟ ಹಾರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. That was such a fantastic, wonderful feeling, I told myself, Naveen, I got up from my stretcher, started noticing the national flag which was flying high. And I told myself, Naveen, you live or you die, that's of no consequences. The task which has been given to you has been completed, your mission has been accomplished. Even if you die, whenever Kargil war will be spoken about, whenever 4875 will be spoken about, Captain Navven Nagappa will also be mentioned. I have created history, I have created legacy, I have left down a legacy. I was mighty happy. I got up from the stretcher, sat up on the stretcher, saluted, and when I was about to lie back, the nursing assistant again said, "Saab, iske liye humne कीमत चुकाई है." मैंने क्या उस्ताद हमने क्या कीमत चुकाई है? He said, "साहब, कैप्टन विक्रम बत्रा नहीं रहे." So that was probably such a jolt, I really couldn't take it. I was in a state of semi-unconsciousness. I went to unconsciousness, I fell down on the stretcher. The next hour I woke up was in Srinagar hospital. Srinagar hospital, they couldn't treat me because there was too much of infection, there was too much of blood loss. They had to airlift me to Delhi. Delhi hospital, they started giving me treatment. And then 21 months I was in hospital, underwent 8 major surgeries. And when finally the doctor decided that there is no, surgically my state cannot improve, I was declared medically unfit to serve in army. I was discharged from service. When I was discharged from service, I was on 2 crutches. And I had 2 braces. Braces in the sense, shoes up to my knees, because the knee ke niche load nahi aana. And the doctor told me, Naveen, you will not be able to walk without support for the rest of your life. I flew down from Delhi to Bangalore, my brother had come to pick me up, he drove me back to Hubli. And all this while there was only one thing in my mind. I wanted, jaise aap log sab log apne independent hai, bina kisi support ke chalte hai, I wanted to be that. I just wanted to be independent. I didn't want to be any boj on anybody because I had a long life ahead. I put myself through a lot of grind. अगर आधा घंटा फिजियोथेरेपी करता था तो 2 घंटा दर्द होता था. I couldn't sleep, but I didn't give up. I kept on pursuing. And finally there came a day when I gave up 1 crutch, 2 crutch, 1 brace, another brace. And finally, God has been very kind that I am able to stand in front of you and talk. People call me unfortunate. Lot many people say, Naveen, how unfortunate. You join the defense forces and within 6 months you get hurt. War starts, you get hurt. And within 6 months there is so much of injury to your leg, you'll have to live for the rest of your life. And you are subsequently, after 21 months of hospitalization, you are discharged from service. How unfortunate. Believe me, gentlemen, I am the most fortunate person ever born on this earth. I went to the defense force, I went to the Indian Army, did what I had to do and came out. I feel God has been very kind to me. I just narrated how the Kargil war started, how our barbarians, our 5 soldiers were treated by those barbarians, how inhuman torture they had to go through. Before I conclude, I would like to tell how the war ended. Even today, if you go outside and Google का अगर आप YouTube पे check करोगे, search करोगे 0.4875 Kargil war, what you will notice is the enemy soldier bodies which the Pakistanis refused to take back. We buried them with full honors. As per their customs, as per their traditions. I am not exaggerating. You have 4875 Kargil war on the YouTube will search, you will see this. What I would like to say is, Indian Army does not win just because we are superior in number, just because we have advanced equipment. We win because we are morally and ethically correct. The message I would like to convey, ladies and gentlemen, is be morally and ethically correct. If I, as a 24, 25 years old, not knowing what the defense forces are, just 6 months of service, an engineering graduate without any defense background, led 120 men into the battle. You also can achieve wonders. Swami Vivekananda ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, the history of the world is history of few people who had faith in themselves. Have faith in yourself. Believe yourself. Believe in miracles. If I survived that blast, which is unimaginable, miracle happened with me. What I would like to say is, ladies and gentlemen, Navven Nagappa experience na ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. There were 527 soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice. 1,300 of them have got injured, for whom life has never been the same again. I would like to live this with a question for you all. Are we really worthy of those sacrifices? Do we really deserve those sacrifices? This is Captain Navven Nagappa, signing off with a code of mind. Beyond the clouds high, sat men on a peak. Challenging me, dives to try. I choose not to speak, only to show that I can. A lesson I will teach. Jai Hind.